What is up? Let's get this party started. Already did the postcards a little while ago. That's what's going out. What up, Sal? So we're going to go probably about an hour. Decent day, weekend in sales. Friday was awesome. So for those of you who saw the postcard unboxing, I sold 9 of those, 9 or 10 of the real photos of Santa Barbara to 2 different customers for $600 total within 8 hours of listing them. So $100 into 600 in 8 hours of work, or in 8 hours of time. That's wish every single postcard buy could be that. That was pretty rad. Yeah, overall really good sales day Friday, and decent the last 3 days too. So after all the postcards, there are 30 orders still going out. I'd like to get that down below 20 before tomorrow, then we'll be back in the morning and finish it out. So I'm going to start off with a few records. First up, Best of the Animals LP. This picked up relatively recently, sold for $21.33. It is decent condition. Did some sourcing this weekend, picked up some more records, some more Stampin' Up, some board games, some, what else? Oh, some kitchen knives. I found my first Cutco at garage sales, and I didn't have to pay through the nose for it. Cutco and some Henkel's knives and some other knives, only like $10. Some digital cameras again, which were good condition, decently working. Got 2 of them for $10, and listed one for $60, the other for $70. So sourcing wise, pretty good weekend. I've got definitely my next week of listing cut out for me. Not like it's going to be difficult. I just have the work ahead of me, which is good. I like to have weekend of sourcing and then a full week of listing and then a little bit of overrun for stashing away for the dark times. But yeah, pretty happy with that postcard buy. I mean, it's anytime I can be in the black on something like that so quickly, it's good. I mean, and it's kind of like the Herbert Love collection or the Daisy Graves collection. That's the stuff I really am trying to find always. All right, next up. Sold Finian's Rainbow original Broadway cast recording in the shrink, $7.95. What's up, BB? Yeah. So yeah, we're not going to be going super late because I want to get back to some listing. The records I bought this weekend, they're not all great. I came in and somebody had been through them already, but they had missed a sealed Willie Nelson record, a sealed Dolly Parton record, and a sealed Waylon Jennings record. Some of it is going to be scrapped. That's the scrap pile so far behind me. I probably got 2 crates worth. There's about 48 that are non-saleable, which will get sold to the crafters. But just those 3 records will make me more than what I paid for all of them. And that's, what did I do for lots? That'll be like $30 right there. I think I was doing $30 for 50. The other record that sold is The Damned, 80s, late 80s New York punk rock. Titled is Damned, Damned, Damned. It sold for $40. I got this from Amy in the chat. Just like that, 3 down. Ben Conlon. Hi, Ella. Ben is my brother. Ella is my niece. Hi, Ella. Hi, Ben. Hi, Ella. All right, what else do we sell here? The 2 Henkel's knives. So these I got this weekend. Paid $10 for about 7 or 8 kitchen knives. 2 of them were Henkel's. 2 of them were Cutco. There's a steak knife set I haven't listed, but I paid $10 for all of them, and these 2 sold for $35 together. So not a bad start. We're gonna do this. Oh, I miscut that. Now I'll put them in here. Perfect. Ella heard me just swear 3 times. But Knowing her dad is probably not the first time. All right. Okay, so there was something I was going to talk about on here. Oh yeah, why I had to change it from this morning. Well, I woke up yesterday and the entire side of my face looked like I had been in a fight. It's still a little bit swollen. It's gone down quite a bit, but my regular dentist is closed. Turns out most of the dentists were closed. I've only got in contact with one. They're like, well, if the swelling goes down, you're probably okay. You don't need to come in right away. Just wait till your regular dentist opens and go to them. And I said, okay, sounds good. Yeah. Not sure what caused it. It's a little tender, but it's not like I'm in a lot of pain, or really any pain. But yeah, when you wake up and your face is swollen, you get alarmed. Start going on WebMD. I try. I saw his comment. I said hi. I gave Ella a shout out. I mean, Ben can give as many childhood stories about me as he wants. I'm not sure how many that are that embarrassing from when I was a kid. Most of my embarrassing stuff came later in life. I think they might be gone already. It is probably towards Ella's bedtime. All right, next. Let's do some easy stuff. What kind of easy stuff I got? Oh yeah, these strawberry salt and pepper shakers that I got for, I think, $1, maybe $2 last weekend at a garage sale, sold for $70. So I'll take 2 into 70. Bada boom, bada bing. For some little pieces of plastic. I feel like these are things that you would see at the thrift shop. If you ever see these at the thrift shop or anywhere, buy them if they're cheap. They sell for stupid money. that was really surprising. I'm like, these are cool. And I was figuring, I'm just doing the math. I'm like, all right, salt and pepper cookies, $2 to $10, 99% of the time. I didn't think they were anything special. What did it sell for? $70, $69.95, which I was thinking like 10 or 15, maybe 20. But here, I'll show you the comps. I mean, part one was why are all these people auctioning? For auctioning, right? There's one buy it now for 60. They have the box. This one's cool. I feel like you could just buy these if you're the winning bid and resell at profit. There's mine. My listing looks so much better than all these other ones. But here's one 62, there's 57, there's 62, 15, 71. There's purple ones, 35, $12, $20, $12, $5. Like way more sold than there are listed. I knew they would sell. I didn't think they'd sell that fast. All right. This is pretty cool. This is a Santa Barbara brochure. This was in the postcard album. Oh, I should probably put the label on that. There's about 4 extra pieces of ephemera in that book. This is one of them. It's a travel brochure. I'll show it on the screen. It folds out to about 4 feet wide. It's from 1906. Oh, come on. There we go. This is a 3-mile panorama of Santa Barbara in 1906. And after I sold those other postcards so quickly, I figured I could probably get some decent money out of this. I dated it with this. Basically, it had 10 years of rain and temperature that ended in 1905. So, and that sold in less than a day. Yeah, it was a pretty decent sales weekend. I feel very fortunate to have been lately been sourcing well and having high dollar listing days, which is resulting in higher dollar sales days. The thing that I'm concerned with and that I want to really try to do is figure out how to keep that up over the winter. Having enough inventory and places to source. I think I've got, between the new honey hole and a few other things that I haven't really been picking from lately, and then having a bit of backstock. Sold a couple of DVDs. Pumping Iron, starring Arnold Schwarzenegger, sold for $3. Hear me now and believe me later. Get in the chopper. That sale is off the hook. Let's print that label and say, "Hasta la vista, baby." Yeah, the rest of the week, early last week, was pretty mediocre. All right, we're down to 22. Let's get a few more out the door here. We're getting a pretty damn good time, though. The other movie that sold is Life on Blu-ray with Richard Attenborough. It's not good. See that snug as it's going to get already. And that sold for $3.95. Yeah, today sales today was good, but it's died. It died about 2 hours ago, which makes me think they're back to futzing with the site again. That, or people are just getting ready to go back to work, or I don't know. Who knows? I don't have all the answers. All right. Sold. Oh man, that other box would have been perfect. This was Scentsy Warmer Jane. I think it's new in the box. Yeah, new sealed contents. It's going to be £2. All right. Oh, I really want this to go. That ain't gonna happen. Can I just bubble mailer it? Bubble mailer, and then bubble. See if we can just bubble wrap and then poly bag. Oh, my poly bag's got porch pirate in it. Delivered today, and before I could go out and get them, they were gone. The large size poly bags. I am not happy about that. I'm going to have to reorder them. It took a week for them to get here. So that's super annoying. I was looking forward to using those. I even took a drive around the neighborhood because I'm like, maybe whoever took it just like grabbed them and then tore open the box and then ditched them. But nope. Made it. Evening beans. Buster's, I think, taking a nap. He was on a rampage earlier, so he's probably tuckered out. This is a lot of 10 lanyards from Gen Con 2020. They've got all the Marvel X-Men on there, and it says Upper Deck on it also. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10. Yep, they're there. Got this from my friend in Seattle. Like, I don't even know if these are going to sell, but I'm going to list them anyways. People had them listed for like $2 single. I'm like, you know what? I'd rather just get them all gone at once. Somebody's going to want them. And, you know, they only took about a month to sell for $13. I wonder if the person who bought them is... I was curious to see if it was the same person who was selling the singles, but it's not. All right. We're under 20. We'll do some easy ones. So this little hair beret gold tone thingamajig. Listed this last November when I was going through all the old jewelry and stuff that I had. Just a little hair clip. Man, it's taking forever for these images to load. There it is. It looks like 8-bit. these like hair barrette things, costume jewelry style. I mean, 2066 is what I got for it. I would keep an eye out for those if they're vintage. They seem to sell really well. There were a lot of comps for similar items. Sold this thing. It's a Me Reader Junior Leapfrog. This came from the buyout, which means it's been sitting in my basement for 3 years, and who knows how long before that. And amazingly,
under the sea, octopus hide and seek.
It still
Under the sea, by the bay.
Still works. I don't know how that is possible, but it does. I'm gonna have to clean that out just a scotch. Sold for like $7, $7.48. I just increased my sale percentage on all of that inventory to 50%. I had it at 40. So a couple of items sold this weekend. Oh, come on. I know you fit. Just get in there. Stop fussing. You know what? Screw it. Throw it in a poly bag. Or let's do this. Sold 2 hats. Hat 1, bicentennial. 4th of July coming up. We are at 2 weeks away. Sold for $9.86. I got this for free at the last yard sale I went to last year. To go and fix the weights, I think, on a lot of these hats. It's high up there. Customer for first class, they were charged $13.55. I think I had my weight at 13 ounces, so that's really high for 13 ounces. Let's go into Baltimore. The other hat is the Weldon Mohawk Tractor Rodeo in Welton, Arizona. Sold for $17.95. Came from the same sale. I did have to put some work into these, cleaning them up. Some of them were very smoky. They've been sitting in a bin now for 8 months with a open box of baking soda, so they're actually after all the like cleaning, drawings, OxyClean, and then they still had a slight hint, but they're actually doing pretty good. Smell pretty good now. Not new time slot. I do evenings every so often. Just go back and look at my previous lives. There's dozens and dozens of after darks. Whenever there's if I don't ship on a Saturday, or it's a busy weekend and during the holidays, and we're down to 15 to go and we're less than an hour in. I think we're going to do a few more and then call it a night. Sold this came out of the House of Horrors Vogue Easy Pattern Book. This is from 1973, March 1973. It's basically all the Vogue patterns. Vogue is when it comes to patterns, Vogue's the best of them. Always the most valuable. Still a little bit musty, but that's disclosed in the listing. Been listed since Marchish. Let's see here. February. And it sold for $103.95. Oops. I still have a few more of these pattern books I need to list. Bunch of these pattern books and a bunch of the patterns. I think I'm saving the patterns for winter time, but there's going to be several $1,000 plus listing days to come out of those, I believe. So there's patterns in there dating back to the 40s, and I think a few even from the 30s, which any sewing pattern pre-World War II that's uncut is extremely rare. because during that time nothing was being produced, and it was even very difficult to come across fabric. It's probably because you typically watch in the morning, so it's not trained to see me in the evening, but usually the evening shows are Sundays when they happen. And it's only if I think that I am going to be Red Dress Boutique, Collins Industrial Boulevard, Athens, Georgia. What is the Red Dress Boutique? It's like a giant dress warehouse. All right. Put this up on screen so you can see it. It is I got this at the garage sale down my alley. I had to clean it up. I had to buy the right batteries for it, so I got a few bucks into it. But it's a Bulova digital clock. It's working, as you can see. And it sort of like folds in on itself. And it's musical. Man, taking pictures forever to load. You can hang it on a wall and like pop it out. It's kind of neat. Had the manual. Kind of neat. Neat old 80s clock. 21 bucks. Going internationally, I believe, to Australia. Through the new eBay international shipping program. We're at 11 ounces. This. No, it sounds like very like beep boop beep bop beep bop. That kind of like, but musical. Beep 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 beep. Really bad. All right, we've been going about 50 minutes. How many do we have left? Down to 13. I got this for free. Zoo Tycoon this last weekend. Somebody threw it in with some DVDs I bought. And this sold for more than I paid for everything that I bought from the guy. Zoo Tycoon from 2003. Sold for $22. I don't know SpongeBob references, unfortunately. SpongeBob came a little bit too far after my time. I was out of college by the time SpongeBob hit. Crackies in the neighborhood again. I don't know if you guys can hear. All right, what else we got? Sold this little Yatming Mini Cooper. This has been listed since June of last year. It sold for $986. Probably came from the Elma folks. Fucking kidding me? Shut the fuck up. There's this lady pushing her bike up the hill, just screaming. Dude, they've been out in full force this last few days here. Can you guys hear that? I don't know if she's. I don't know if she's talking to people. There was somebody who was like last year holed up in the garage across the street who would just be yelling at demons all night long. All right. Well, I'm down to 11 items left to ship, which, I mean, that's enough for tomorrow. I feel like we've been going an hour. Got to have something left over. What do we have left here? Pretty easy stuff, too. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me see if there's anything in the other store. 11 items. There is one Bonanza item going out. Gotcha. I can still hear. Dude, on Sunday, I had to call the cops on a guy. He was rolling around high as fuck in the alley behind my house with a needle in his hand 20 minutes before church was going to let out. I'm like, all right, got to call the cops. Like, I don't like having to do it, but there's going to be kids coming out here in a minute. Oh, unfortunately, you're going to have to go back. You heard a screechy sound? Yeah, that's the screaming person. Probably sounds like a hawk. I can still hear them probably a quarter mile up the street right now. I don't know what they're screaming, but they're screaming the same thing over and over. All right, well, nothing coming out of the other store. Yeah, nothing difficult. Gonna be smooth sailing tomorrow. Yeah, right. Unfortunately, there's the one downside of where I live is I live really close to a lot of different services for homeless people, and as such, it makes it's somewhat of a destination. It's easier to get a bed in some of the shelters here than it is in Seattle. So a lot of people take the ferry over. I live like literally a block and a half from the Salvation Army, and probably about 6 blocks from like their little mini tent city. They do free dinners at the church next door on Mondays. Probably about a mile away from like two different food banks. So there's just when you have those sorts of resources, there's always going to be that element around, and 99% of the time, there's no problem. But every now and then, there's problems. It's usually not much noise. I mean, I used to live in Seattle in an apartment that overlooked the freeway. That's the last place I moved before I moved here. That was constant noise. When I lived in Seattle, I lived every place I lived, I was within 3 blocks of a fire department. Here, I live about 4 blocks from the police department, So it's social service, but I'm also really close to the police department. If there's ever an issue, I can call and they'll be here like very, very quickly. In fact, like the poly bags that were stolen off my front porch today, that's the first time I've ever had anything taken from the property, except from one time when somebody went in my car and stole. A couple of things were stolen out of the car, but nothing of like extreme value. They took the little charger thing that you plug into your cigarette lighter and some change out of my thing, and it's my fault. I left my car unlocked. Like, yeah, happens all over. All right, well, that's going to be it for me tonight. I'm going to go scan some postcards, maybe list some postcards. Probably not list any postcards, but we'll see. We'll be back in the morning, bright and early. We'll catch you all on the flippy flop. Peace out.